Hey Michael, so Splosion Man is right now in a closed beta situation, so why don't you tell us and the kids at home that don't know the game what it's about?
Sure, I mean, it's a follow-up to Splosion Man, a game that came out a couple of years ago. It was part of the Summer of Arcade. And it's a game about nonsense and insanity and just craziness. It's like you play as this character that was accidentally created in a laboratory who can explode at will, which is basically just like jumping. So you get 3 splodes in the air before you have to land and recharge. And he's just completely crazy and just is trying to get out of the labs, and exploding scientists and big, ribeyes and fillets and hams go flying everywhere. Yeah, it's like a major co-op game. It's 4-player co-op online and local, and 100 levels and whatever. And so we wanted to follow that up with Splosion Man because we just love Splosion Man, and our fans ended up loving it more than we thought. So this is our follow-up. We didn't want to do a Splosion Man 2 that just kind of seemed like it was a rehash or like adding more levels or whatever. This is Splosion Man, like a new character. She gets to get outside the labs. She goes to new areas that have drastically new gameplay mechanics and stuff like that.
Who came up with Splosion Man? I mean, what was the idea and then the genesis to spark with Splosion Man?
Yeah, so the original Splosion Man was, we finished the Maw, our very first game, and we were just literally bought pizza for everybody, and we were all sitting around like, all right, cool, what kind of games does everybody want to make now? And we were like, just for fun, let's make today's meeting be about a game that is, like old school side scroller where you walk into a room and have to like find your way to an exit. That was the only rule, and everybody started throwing out ideas. And for fun, like as a joke, our lead designer Sean Riley just started joking about like the 2 greatest things in action movies is big explosions and shattering glass. So he's like, we should make a whole game that's just like big explosions and shattering glass. So everybody laughed, like, ah, cool, yeah. And whenever you explode people, like hams could come flying out. And it was like, ah, ha, ha. Like the next thing you know, we're like, that actually sounds pretty fun. So we ended up pitching it, and surprisingly, publishers thought it was really awesome. So we got to make it.
With Splosion Man, he says a lot of gibberish, and there's a couple of clear words in there, but with Splosion Man, she has a little bit more of a vocabulary than he did. Now, was that a conscious decision to make?
Yeah, so we wanted both Splosion Man and Splosion Man are crazy. But they're crazy in their own ways. Like Splosion Man is just mumbly, like barely coherent. Splosion Man is more like a parrot. Like she just repeats anything that she hears, from like Punky Brewster to TLC. Like she hears it, she repeats it.
You had me, hello.
Well, now Splosion Man, he was all about the donuts. So what gets Splosion Man's motor going?
So you can see here on the screen, it's depicting whether or not you've collected the collectible pair of shoes from every level. She loves her shoes, and every level actually has a unique pair of shoes. So you collect them all, and obviously get rewarded for that. And our artist very painstakingly created 100 pairs of different shoes. So I'm sure that was his pride and joy on the project.
Has there already been reactions in the forums about what needs to be fixed and this and that?
Yeah, well, actually, so the beta started on Monday. E3 started, and so did the beta. And so we have so many emails from people that wrote to beta@twistedpixelgames.com, and we haven't had a chance to go through them yet. I want to assure everybody, like we're reading them and we're checking them out, but it's going to be a little bit before we can process it all and start responding. But it sounds like there are a few hiccups here and there, but everyone is having a really good time with it.
So now that it's in beta, and then it will go public at some point on Xbox Live, do you know when?
Sometime this summer.
Twisted Pixel, heart.